Hey, it's Nick Andrade here to help you with health, mindset, and a little bit swagoo because sometimes I like to think I have a little bit swag. About legs, and this episode is actually training edition. Training edition, episode 1. Today we're hitting more of quads, and I have my coach. He's going to be in this every video that we do when me and him meet up to train. He's going to put me through a program like he's been. You're just going to listen to him, why we're doing what we're doing, and why we're doing what we're doing for me specifically, because everybody has priorities they got to focus on. So here is the coach, and this is the agenda today.
Hi, I'm Coach Leo. So I've been training Nick now for, I think we're in a month and a half into our phase. So we're in our second phase. So we started with structural balance, starting to bring up some of the strength ratios we needed to. And I was pretty happy with those, and the motions we needed to make crisp. So we did a lot of soft tissue work and mobility work as well. And those issues have been fairly fixed, but we still utilize our structural balance ratios into the next program we use. So for instance, if somebody had weaker hamstrings and we started working on that in structural balance, we still need to bring those hamstrings up in our next phase of training. We just don't have to make that our primary focus anymore. So the next phase, I usually like to utilize heavy, slow eccentrics with people. And in my head, I'm kind of gearing up for 6 weeks down the line. So there's something called a delayed effect, or we can call it a delayed adaptation. So the true adaptation from really heavy and slow eccentrics happens about 6 weeks after the program is complete. So in this program, we'll do very heavy front squats and very heavy hamstring curls, as well as snatch grip deadlift deficit, which is one of my favorite exercises to work really the entire body, but to work the legs. I mean, you get your glutes involved, your quads, your hamstrings work, your calves work, your lower back works, your lats work, all your scapular retractors work, so it's really, really awesome. The primary reason for eccentrics, especially make them heavy, there is also a ratio of eccentric strength to concentric strength. So we're trying to bring that ratio up. So typically I'll use an 8-second negative, and I'll go all the way up to a 30-second negative on something like a chin-up. So for today we'll be doing 8-second negatives on our front squat, because when you're really slow down the eccentric, you're really you're building up the strength in connective tissue. So the tendons get stronger, the ligaments get stronger. The beautiful part about it is once that phase is complete, 6 weeks later, you could do a very, very heavy phase, or what I call an intensification phase, where we're bringing the reps back low again, doing some really heavy weight. Well, what's the main worry when you're doing heavy reps is injury. So people are afraid of possibly hurting themselves in a 2-rep max, or a 3-rep max, or even possibly a 1-rep max. Well, this is basically us taking a safety precaution to make sure we have an effective intensification phase 6 weeks later. So in 6 weeks, his connective tissue will be much stronger than it is today. So then when we use our intensification phase, he's going to have the right concentric to eccentric strength so that he won't have a possible injury. The other part is when you actually build your eccentric, which is the negative, the lowering phase of an exercise, think about either the weight lowering or you being the weight and you're lowering. So in a lat pull down, it's actually when you're letting the arms come back up. That's actually the eccentric phase of that exercise. That phase can handle 30 to 40% more than a concentric phase. So we want to spend more time in the eccentric anyway, which I think is a big miss for a lot of people. And that's where you're actually making the most amount of muscle damage. So you can get a nice adaptation. Your muscle will still grow when you spend more time in the eccentric phase. So the front squat we'll be doing with the 8-second negative. We're going to pair that with the hamstring. I like working double stations a lot because the hamstrings aren't as active in a squat. So We'll pair that with the hamstring curl with the 8-second negative as well. And then we'll go to a snatch grip deadlift deficit, which you guys will see in a little bit. It takes a lot of mobility to do this exercise, so I don't give it lightly. If somebody has earned it, then we will utilize it because it's a fantastic exercise. But if they haven't earned it, which Nick's laughing because it's also a very difficult exercise to do. But if they haven't earned it, then they shouldn't be doing it yet. And you'll see when he's doing it, it's very hard to maintain body position and really just utilize the legs, because your body's going to want to compensate as much as it possibly can, because where it's weak, it's not going to want to do the work. It's going to want to put all the work into where Nick's already strong, but then, as I said before, we're not working on any of the weaknesses that way. So we need to keep bringing up the weaknesses that Nick has had, because his body would constantly adapt. We won't hit plateaus. And as long as we constantly address what the priorities are and keep implementing those in our different programs, then we always will have adaptation. The other interesting part is, because we're not going to get the effect for 6 weeks, that gives us a nice little 4 to 6 week window in our next phase to do just a straight hypertrophy phase, which is what we'll be doing. We'll be utilizing more accommodating resistance, because it's something that Nick hasn't used before, and he is not just a beginner. He has a better training age than most people. So training age is how long have you actually been efficiently training the proper way. And that's when you get to pull out more implements and try some different techniques, because now we can say his body is more, let's say, a high schooler than a kindergartner, where some people are, they have their bachelor's in college. We'll call that more of an intermediate. And then your experts have their PhD. You have to use a lot of different implements. You have to utilize a lot of different methods to get them to keep adapting, because their muscles are smart now. They know how to work efficiently. So we have to challenge them in different ways. So right now we're a little bit more at the high school stage. So we do get to start implementing some cool tools, which you guys will see in the next phase of training. But for now, we get to watch Nick suffer through some really long negatives.
Yeah, oh yeah. And that'll be it. Paying attention to what we're doing, and if I have a question, or if I am struggling with something, I'll make sure that I address it to Leo, and he could address you guys, understand it, but you'll be able to understand it too. So here we're going to jump into the workout now, so make sure that you're paying attention, especially to form, because that's to these movements. If form isn't there, we wouldn't be in this phase. And that comes with mobility, just like Leo said. So I just really want you to focus on paying attention, take notes, and leave a comment below if you have a question on something. I'll do my best to get it answered if it's through me or Leo. He's the expert here, pretty much my mentor. So let me know what you think.
Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side, my love. But you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You say you wanna cry, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. our downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side. My love. Say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You say you wanna cry, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose.
Out here to film this part because obviously with the music playing in the background they're gonna cut this off anyway. I got where I wanted to. I progressed with my front squat, which is absolutely awesome. Right now I'm about
I don't know what you want. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side. My love, say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose.
End of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. Again, we did 6 exercises We usually typically want to start off with our A series with the bigger lifts, because that's when our body is fresh. So you saw me doing a front squat, 2-minute rest between that and the ham curl machine. It was 2 and 1, and we really focused on 8-second negative on the end part of the exercise. That's super important, but it's super important too also finding your starting weight, because you don't want to waste your time, you don't want to waste your unnecessary energy on weight that is easy to you, even going through that time under tension. So those were the 2 exercises that were big. You know, A series exercises should be a priority. They should be bigger movements, and they should be ones where you could do at your best, because that's when you're the most fresh. You don't want to do a bigger movement at the end of your exercise where you're fatiguing out. I mean, you could, but you're not going to hit that tempo if you're doing like an 8-second negative with a bigger movement closer to C or D series, if that makes sense. So I really want you to pay attention to that throughout the video, and I also want to say thank you for watching and taking your time out of your day to watch as I go through a program with me and my coach Leo, who is, I'm telling you, one of the best, and he learned from the best, and it's just that I'm just grateful being able to get coached by him and learn. I want to leave you with that. I want you to know that you could have anything you want in this time that we live in today. Everything is easily accessible to you right now, because you can invest into it. You could do this, do that, you know, if you want to, right? These things are open to us. You just got to invest, really, if it interests you. But other than that, I really hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think. Comment below. This is episode 1 of Training Edition, legs, how to build your legs using a time under tension method. Thanks for watching. Again, I'm Nick Andretti, here to help you with health, mindset, and a little bit swagoo. Take care. Peace.